Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a Brilliant Businesses podcast. My name is Nick Bryant, and I'm really pleased to be joined. Actually, I've been trying to get this guy on the podcast for a long time. Nick Brandon from tecwork. Good morning, Nick.
Morning, Nick.
How are you?
I'm very well.
Good.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for finally coming on the podcast. It's great to talk to you.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure a lot of people out there in Tunbridge Wells know who you are, but if they don't, Nick's company is called tecwork, and he provides award-winning IT and telecom services in Kent, Sussex, and London. Established in 2017, so began about 8 years, but it's been going a lot long before that. So let's just get into that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a complicated story, but our limited company started in '98. I started doing telesales for a local business called First Office Systems in '94. They sold copiers, basically.
Okay, yeah.
And after 4 years, I started my own company, kind of working alongside them. And for 16 years, I was commission-only sales. Basically.
16 years, right?
Yeah,
okay.
So
must have been a good salesman.
Well, you know, when you sort of depend on your own success, you make sure you're successful.
Yes, of course, yeah.
So that's what happened, and helped lots of local businesses in and around Tunbridge Wells over those years, really on the telecom side.
Okay.
And then I was kind of made a director of the company because I was going to buy it. So I was director for 7 years, and the management buyout didn't go well, and I ended up basically selling the company for the owner to another company, and they ended up being not that very nice. So I was put on a bus in Croydon one morning. I thought, I'm never going to have a boss again. So that was when I decided to start tecwork.
Yeah, right.
So it was a bit strange because we had to downsize and I was earning no money for a couple of years. But I just cracked on and went 100 miles an hour trying to get as many clients as possible.
Yeah.
A couple of the guys that I worked or employed at First Office came and joined me, and so then 8 years later we've got 6.5 of us, and we've helped quite a lot of companies, businesses and organisations in and around mainly Tunbridge Wells area, but we also have businesses in and around London and a bit further afield.
Okay.
So and we do half of our business is IT.
Yep.
We kind of lead with IT.
Yeah.
And half is telecoms. So
okay.
It's quite a broad brush thing we do. And we don't care who we deal with.
No.
One man band, one woman bands, one person bands. Some of our accounts are sort of 150 staff.
Right.
So it's a big range.
Yeah, and so I guess with companies like that, with 150 staff, you've got to have, you mentioned 6 on your team.
Yeah.
So that's quite important because you can't do that on your own, can you?
We've got 4 full-time technical people.
Right, okay. Yeah.
So, which doesn't sound that many, but when you haven't got that many customers, it's all about the response times.
Yeah.
So, when we're comparing ourselves to bigger companies that have got big teams of help desk, we don't really care, to be honest, because they could have thousands of customers.
Yeah.
We've only got a couple of hundred. So,
no, I like that because sometimes you get that with firms where they've got just too many and they can't service them all.
Yeah.
You get that sometimes with accountants, not mentioning any, but they've got like 700 clients.
Yeah.
And they just can't keep them all happy.
Yeah, the owners look at the P&L, don't they? And they try and squeeze as much profit and not have perhaps the resource they should do to do what they need to do, which is really look after customers.
Yeah.
So one thing with First Office was we won 2 Service Excellence Awards.
Right, okay.
With the local paper, the Courier and the Tunbridge Wells Times at the time.
Oh, yeah.
So, I was on stage getting an award for Medwina Curry, which I'd like to say was a
pleasure.
an interesting moment.
Yeah.
So when First Office sort of got bought up, there was a gap locally for a really, really good telecoms company.
Yeah.
So we filled it, basically.
Yeah, okay.
So, wow factor is what we try to...
Yeah. And on the website, you're quite adamant, maybe that's the wrong word, but about customer service and how important that is, especially when you've got an organisation, when you're looking after a lot of people, because that just goes back to what you were saying, that if you don't give them the love, they're not gonna stay with you, are they?
No, exactly. I mean, that underpins everything. That's what we did in the previous business, and that's what we try to do in the So we try to have every customer interaction when then coming away thinking, oh wow, that was good. The wow factor. That's what we did.
Yeah.
I know everyone says they do a great job. everybody says that. But we have got 80 customer testimonials on our website.
Have you? Right.
Which is the proof of the pudding is in the eating, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyone can say, "Oh, they were great." John from London. Our testimonials have a bit more detail, the named person, who they work for, where they are, and what we've done for them. So.
Good, because there's quite a lot of people in your sector, isn't there? I mean, you would say it's a crowded sector.
It is.
For people to do what you do, so you've got to really stand out.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, in the IT side, the customer levels of service aren't great.
Right. Okay.
So I'm not saying it's really easy. It's not, but when you're going into a new business opportunity and the customer's saying, well, our service levels aren't very good. We're waiting days for people to come back to us with problems to be solved. And on the telecom side, it's kind of the opposite. Not so much goes wrong, but then they don't see their supplier for 5 years until the contract's up. So, keeping in touch with customers is, I think, key, and making sure we've got more than we need to actually service them and do a great job for them. Yeah.
Running a business, it's difficult, isn't it? There's lots of things which can go wrong and go right. The staff, the customers. What's the hardest thing, in your opinion, of keeping a good business running?
I've said for a long time, the hardest thing about owning and running a business is getting and keeping really good people. Yeah. If you've got really good people, you look after them, they're always going to do a great job for the customers. That means the customers are going to be happy, and that's the hardest job, getting and keeping good people. Getting customers, by comparison, is easier, to be fair. Right, okay. Getting and keeping good people is the hardest thing. And there's a famous business book that underlines that. Which probably people will have read.
But. I interviewed a local law firm a couple of weeks ago. The guy that runs it, Paul Reeder, and his quote was,
watched a bit of that.
You did, yeah. His quote was, "If you look after your people, they'll look after your staff," and that sort of mirrors what you just said, isn't it?
Exactly right.
Yeah, it's really important.
But you've got to look after them. Treat them well. Make sure they're challenged, appreciated. That's the basic human trait, isn't it?
Yeah.
People need to feel appreciated in whatever they do. So as a business owner, you've got to do that. Yeah.
So what does your ideal client look like? Who the sort of businesses you're looking for?
I know exactly who my ideal client is, but I'm not going to tell you. But ideally, it's...
in case they're listening.
Well, don't want to massage the ego too much. Okay. But ideally, it's a business in and around Tunbridge Wells. Yeah. With between 10 and 50 people. Okay. So, 20, 30 mile radius around Tunbridge Wells, that kind of thing. Okay, all right. Somebody that makes stuff, manufacturing.
Okay, all right.
But it doesn't have to be. We deal with charities, we deal with schools, we deal with, one-person businesses and bigger ones. Okay. We don't mind. Everyone is a business that has technology. Yeah. And most of them find it... annoying when it doesn't work. Yeah,
that's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes I guess it's a distressed purchase rather than a planned purchase.
People buy out of pain, don't they? Yeah. They buy to avoid pain. When it comes down to it, whether it's buying the Lamborghini, it sounds like a pleasure purchase, but actually it's not pain. It's a pain of not being seen in a Lamborghini. Yeah. That's what I've learned in sales. Yeah. People avoid pain, and it's all about how you impact them. So if you can impact them by making sure they have a pain-free, stress-free technology set up, then that's utopia. Yeah.
Talk to me about Tunbridge Wells, because you're a Tunbridge Wells person through and through, aren't you? From man and boy, if you like. Because I see you down on the Pantiles a lot, and we have a couple of drinks down there. And you grew up down there, I believe.
I lived on the Pantiles from the age of 2 till 10 in the big building next to the hotel. Right. So when I used to look out my window, I'd see the bandstand and the Punch and Judy and the pageants. Yeah. Obviously, that's a long time ago now. It's completely different. Yes. And for 23 years, I've lived in Crowborough. Okay. But, every weekend I'm back in the Pantiles, as my friends will testify. Yeah.
Do you bump into people that you do business with?
Yeah, all the time.
And that's important.
Sometimes too frequently.
Yes. You're down here again, Nick. Yeah. But I think that's good, though, isn't it? Because you create this nice relationship with them.
Well, I was walking up through the Pantiles my way here, and I was actually thinking it's such a nice community. Say hello to a few people as I'm walking past. That's just.
It takes a long time to build that up, actually, where you're walking down a high street or in your local area, and you get sort of three or four of those. I've moved to another area once. And I didn't get that for the time I was there, but then I moved back here, and it made me feel so welcome because I bumped into so many people that said, "Hey Nick, how are you? Hey Nick, how are you?"
Yeah.
That's
well,
good.
we need to feel like we belong to something to some extent, and I think that's a really nice thing.
Yeah. So the IT and telecoms business, how do you see the future for it? I mean, what's it going to develop into? It's always going to be there, isn't it? But is there any new technology obviously AI?
Yeah, AI. Yeah, who knows really?
Okay.
It'd be interesting to have a crystal ball, wouldn't it? And look back. In 10 years' time, look back at what happens between now and 10 years. It'd be very interesting.
Yeah.
We're small and agile, so we're at the coalface. We can adapt, we can evolve, we can put new stuff in. So as when things come up that are better than what our customers have currently, that's what we talk about in regular reviews with customers.
Yeah.
You should be doing this now because that's better than that. You know. So I don't know. It's difficult to see, to be honest, but everyone needs us.
Yeah.
I mean, when the pandemic hit, we didn't do a great deal for a month other than trying to get people up and working. But back in the 1st of June 2020, we were back out on site because we were essential workers because we were in the IT and telecom.
It's communication, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So fortunately, a lot of our clients were already set up for remote working when that hit.
Right. Okay.
And that was very fortunate.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
No. Well, if they weren't, then they're going to need you to help.
And look at what's happened now. Everyone went straight onto Zoom and Teams.
Yeah.
And now most people do everything through Zoom and Teams, at least the first interview or meeting. Yeah. Rather than the old days, you come out and meet up face to face, which is efficient, but a bit of a shame. But there we are. That's tech.
That's tech and how it's grown, isn't it?
Exactly.
And as far as you've been in your business for 8 years, is it? But you've kind of been at a high level in other businesses for quite a long time. From First Office, you said. What is it that makes you get up in the morning that you love about it? What's the best bit for you?
Well, the Japanese have a saying called ikigai.
Okay.
Ikigai means to have purpose and meaning.
Right. Okay.
So if you look at all of the, I think they're blue zones in Okinawa and places where people live to over 100. They've all got great climate and diet and so on, but they all work and they don't retire. They all have a purpose. They all have a community. So, having a purpose, which for the past 8 years has been growing our business, building a lovely little team, impacting businesses, being transformative for businesses, which essentially we are quite a lot of the time because we're moving people from a high maintenance IT setup, which goes wrong a lot, to a lower maintenance setup, which goes wrong a lot less. So, so having a purpose. So even when you retire, in my opinion, people talk about retiring and I don't think that's a good idea.
I agree with you. I mean, what do you do when you've been working your life and really enjoying what you do, and then suddenly stop? That's madness.
One of my friends built up a successful company, an IT company, and sold it for a lot of money.
Okay.
And I asked him about 5 years after he retired, what have you been doing? He said, I've started some new businesses because I've just been vegetating. There's only so many lunches you can go out for. There's only so many gym sessions you can have before you think, what's my purpose?
Yeah. There's nothing better than creating a product or a service like you have and making someone happy because of it. I mean, that's the biggest buzz out of all of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's impacting people, being transformative, but also it becomes its own entity. It's become its own entity now. It's not something I've built. It's now tecwork, it's now a thing.
Yeah. It's a brand.
And things happen without me being involved.
Yeah, that's nice.
Which is really good.
Yeah. Where do you get? I mean, is there anyone out there that inspires you, or that you get inspiration from? A figure, an entrepreneur, or anything like that?
I know quite a lot of business people, and I think a lot of them are pretty inspiring in different ways. I also look at some of them and think, okay, well, if they can do it, I can do it.
Okay, good.
So,
yeah,
you know, that kind of inspires me.
I like that.
And I do read a lot of books.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, the Japanese thing. I love Buddhism. I'm not a Buddhist.
Okay.
But I love the teachings of Buddhism. And it's basically working out how to work things out.
Right.
Life is complicated, but also simple. I sounded like a Buddhist, don't I now? But you know, it's life is hard being a human being.
Yeah.
Especially now with so many things going on in the world, so many messages. So trying to have that, you know, work out what's important is quite empowering. You know, communication, empathy, how the human mind works.
Yeah.
I love all that.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah.
Sales.
Yeah, it's really, you're always learning, aren't you?
Always learning.
And it's good to be, I know you surround yourself amongst other business owners, which, like you say, you probably draw inspiration from them. And I know you network a lot in Tunbridge Wells and the local areas. And sometimes being around those guys and girls, they inspire you, don't they? To
Exactly.
You see what other people are doing, and maybe they're doing better. No, there's no one better or lesser. It's just nice to see other people succeeding as well.
Yeah, and also working out what success is.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, it's different to people. It's different people.
Exactly. You know, you sort of grow up thinking when you're less wise, success is all about money and houses and cars. You know, and at a certain point you get to a certain point in your life, you think actually I'm nearer the end than the beginning, and things take different importance and priority, don't they?
Yeah. Materialism isn't important anymore. I don't think so much.
Exactly.
So yeah, they're all interesting things about being an entrepreneur and running a business. Would you have any words? I've asked this to a few people. Any words of advice to anyone that's maybe setting up or just started and maybe struggling, and what they should do and how they should fight their way through it?
Start as early as possible.
Yeah. When you've got an idea, go for it.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I'd started earlier. You know, I could have started 10 years earlier, but at the time I was doing really well and on the crest of a wave.
Yeah.
That would have taken a hell of inertia would have been a very difficult thing to. So I basically started because there was a catalyst. And the shit hit the fan, and I basically I had to start.
Yeah.
But if I started 10 years earlier, it would have been harder in some ways. But you know, you get a head start on what you had, you know, in reality. So,
build on it,
but I think, you know, just be real, be really good at what you do, enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
That's, you know, someone said, you know, if you enjoy what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
That's what they say, yes.
That's what they say. So you have to enjoy it. Research, get good people, employ better people than, you know, like Mr. Ford, Henry Ford, you know. He always, you know, employed really, really good people in their various expertise areas. So I think doing that sort of thing is good. And marketing is so difficult these days. The landscape's so complicated. True. You know, in the old days, we go out door knocking, get a compliment slip, write a letter, phone them up and say, I can save you money on your phone calls. Yeah. And they'd say, well, you better come and see me. Yeah. You know, these days you've got, you know, so complicated marketing landscape. So, it's difficult. But, you know, I think be present, always be on the radar, try to be consistent, you know, so, you know, eventually in, you know, 6 months, a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, somebody's going to say, I need an IT company. I need a telecoms company. Nick. Yeah. You know, because they've seen the dirge for 10 years or whatever, you know.
Yeah, they've seen you out and about, they've seen your marketing, but I see what you mean about marketing. It's a big thing, so that's why it's important, like you were saying with people, is to bring people in if you can at that point that are specialised in those things. Don't try and do it all by yourself.
It's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, bring people in that know what they're doing, if you can, and do bits that you can do also. Yeah. Great advice, thank you, Nick. So anyone out there needs some IT or telecom service to get in touch with you via the website, tecwork.co.uk. Obviously, it's on your jumper there.
Tecwork.co.uk.
Okay.
Yeah. Small t.
It's right. Okay. Yes. Why have you done that?
Well, I always said I wanted to be like Apple, but I looked at Apple the other day. They got a big A. And then I saw the thing on the hack last night, and the Guardian added a small. I don't know. I just saw.
It's sort of, maybe the thought process is it's less in your face. You're not trying to sell. It's sort of, we're there, but we're not trying to. We just want to help you. That's how I see it, anyway.
Yeah, I mean the logo was sort of like supposed to be a missing piece of the jigsaw.
Right.
Kind of. This bit's out of place.
Yeah.
This where the pit that fits in.
Okay. Right.
Sort of like a jigsaw, clockwork. I don't know. Subliminal, but the small T. Yeah.
But also it's recognisable now as your brand, and that's the important thing.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to talk to Nick about IT or telecom service, please do get in touch. As he mentioned, you can go through his website. I'll put all his details below on the podcast, so you can get in touch with him. And thanks, Nick. Thank you for coming in.
It's a pleasure.
I'm going to see you on Friday, aren't I? Because we're going to a Best of British event with Jeff Hurst, which will be really good.
Yeah, apparently could be one of his last public appearances.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
I wonder how old he is now.
I was thinking about this. Must be in his 80s.
He must be, mustn't
he? Yeah, so, I mean, hat-trick hero in the World Cup, last surviving member of the squad.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a special day.
It's going to be a good day, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, great. Thanks again, Nick. And we'll see you all for another podcast soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.
Cheers.